Alrighty guys, we are on a new chapter this week. We are starting chapter 11. Chapter 11 is talking about and introducing area and perimeter of shapes, of two-dimensional shapes. So we are going to start off by talking about perimeter. So perimeter is the distance around a shape. When I think of perimeter, I think about if I were in my backyard and I wanted to figure out how much fencing, if I wanted to put up a fence, how much fencing would I need to fit around my yard. So the big difference between perimeter and area, when we get to area later this week, is perimeter is when you talk about the distance around a shape. Now they are giving you an example using a geoboard, which is a board, typically a square or a rectangle, and there's these little pegs that are the same distance apart for each of them, and you can use rubber bands to kind of wrap it around a set of pegs to make either a line like this or other shapes. So you can find the perimeter of a rectangle using a geoboard or dot paper, which you can see right here by counting the number of units on each side. So make a rectangle on the geoboard that is 3 units on 2 sides and 2 units on the other 2 sides. Now we need to think about what we know about a rectangle. We know it has 4 sides. We know that 2 sides, the left and the right side, are the same size, and the other opposite 2 sides on the top and bottom are the same size. So we want a rectangle that is 3 units on 2 sides and 2 units on the other. So if I wanted a rectangle that's 3 units, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm connecting 3 of the dots. And then it wants 2 units for the other 2 sides. So 1, 2. I'm sorry, I misspoke. You're not connecting 3 dots, but you're making 3 sets of lines. So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 1, here's 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. You can even think of it as if you were to make each of them individual boxes, individual squares, we'd have 3 boxes, 3, 2, and 2. So write the length next to each side. So these sides were 3 and these sides were 2. Add the numbers. So we have 3 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. I know that 3 plus 3 is 6, 2 plus 2 is 4, 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. So the perimeter is 10 units. At the bottom, how would the perimeter of the rectangle change if the length of the 2 sides was 4 units instead of 3 units? So if it was 4 units, kind of if we were to add on, it would be 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. 4 plus 4 is 8. 2 plus 2 is 4. 8 plus 4 is 12. The label we're using is units. Okay, so the distance around something. Keep that in mind when we're talking about perimeter. Let's do a few more. Says, describe how you would find the perimeter of a rectangle that is 5 units wide and 6 units long. So we're still talking about a rectangle. It's 5 units wide, so wide, and 6 units long. So it kind of look like maybe something like that. 5 units wide and 6 units long. Remember, if we're talking about a rectangle, that tells me that if this side is 5, then it's other side is going to be 5 because a rectangle has two sets of equal sides. So 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6, 5 plus 5 is 10, 6 plus 6 is 12, 10 plus 12 is equal to 22 units. Okay. So a rectangle has two pairs of sides of equal length. Explain how you can find the unknown length of two sides when the length of one side is 4 units and the perimeter is 14. So here's my rectangle. We know the perimeter is 14 units. I'm going to put 14 in the center. If one of the sides is 4, then we need to figure out what are the other sides. Well, if we're talking about a rectangle and I know one side is 4, like this, the left side, then that means the right side is also going to be 4. So 4 plus 4, so 4 and 4, we know is 8. And if the perimeter is 14, I can take 14 and subtract what I know, 14 minus 8, and I would get 6. So if I need to find these missing sides, but I know when I add them up together it equals 6, is there a way that we can evenly split or divide 6 into two equal groups? Yes, my unknown would be 3. So that means this would be 3 and this would be 3. How can I check? If I add up, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 4 is 11, 11 plus 3 is 14. They add up, so those are my missing sides. Okay. Number 3. Jill says that finding the perimeter of the shape with all sides of equal length is easier than finding the perimeter of other shapes. Do you agree? So, finding the perimeter of a shape with all sides of equal length. Is there a shape that has the same sides of equal length? All the sides? Yes. A square. A square has 4 sides of equal length. So that means that if I know one of the sides, let's say if one of the sides is 2, then that tells me that all the other sides have to also be 2. Now, would that be easier to find if I had to do a rectangle like this? Well, if one side's 7 and the other side is 7, that's easy. But then I'd have to subtract what 7 and 7 is from 20 and then divide that answer by 2. So, could you solve both of them? Yes. But is there a shape that was easier to solve, faster? Yes, that would be the square. So I might say yes, because a square will always have equal sides. Okay. Do a few more. It says you can also use grid paper to find the perimeter of shapes by counting the number of units on each side. Start at the arrow and trace the perimeter. Begin counting each unit around the shape until you have gotten all of them. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Think about it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. 3 plus 3 is 6. 10 plus 6, 16. Same answer. You can do the same thing with a shape, even if it isn't exact like a rectangle or a square. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You just count by ones all the way around. Alright, we'll do some more together. Find the perimeter of the shape. Each unit is 1 centimeter. So, for number 1, just start at one of the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? Why don't you try 3 and 4, and then we'll keep moving. Number 5, a shape with 4 sides that measures 4 centimeters, 6 centimeters, 5 centimeters, and 1. We'll just add them up. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 1 is 16. Okay. Number 6, a shape with 2 sides that measure 10 inches, 1 side that measures 8 inches, and 1 side that measures 4. So if 2 sides are 10, 10 plus 10 is 20. 1 side that measures 8, 20 plus 8 is 28. And 1 side that measures 4. 28 plus 4 equals 32. Says explain how finding the length of each side of a triangle with sides of equal length and a perimeter of 27 inches. So we know a triangle has 3 sides. It's also telling me that the triangle, all of their sides are equal. So if the perimeter is 27 and a triangle has 3 sides, that means each side has to be equal. 27 divided by 3 is 9. The label we're including is inches. Okay. And then on the back, I want you to try question 8 in the questions below, but we will go over the correct answers tomorrow. So you have 3, 4, and 8. Don't forget about 11.1 in your homework workbook as well, and that will be good for your math today.